You guys, it's all about just being hungry. Like, I know for myself, I'm tired, man. Like, I'm tired of not, being able to live up to this potential that I know that's inside of me. I'm tired of not necessarily being in the positions that I want to be in, that I know that I can be in. And, this wasn't necessarily me rushing the seasons. I think that oftentimes, I know when I speak to like a lot of older people and just people in general, we don't necessarily speak from an understanding in regards to each other's capacities. But I know for myself, I'm like, oh no, I know I can do it. You know what I mean? So it's like me, I'm tired. Like, I think it comes to a point in your life where it's like, if you really want to make changes in your life and you really want to be that person that that you can be, and you see yourself in those positions, it's like you're tired, so it's like if you really want it, once you hit this point that I'm in, you're like, no, what do I have to do to make those necessary changes? What do I have to do to get myself in position, to move around? Because I'm hungry, you know what I mean? Like, I'm hungry, like I'm ready. I'm totally ready to like take that next step and take that next risk. And it's like by any means, you know what I mean? So for me, that's like locations, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. I listen to so many people, and it's like, I think it's it's a terrible thing, you guys. It really is, to be in the same position, for 4 years, 5 years. People crack me up all the time, my parents and everybody, and they're like, oh my God, you're always changing this. You've always got this, or you're always doing this, or you're always over here, and and I'm like, let me tell you something. It's because I'm hungry. I'm freaking hungry. I'm constantly changing. Like, I love change, and I'm never stagnant. I am so proud of myself. Like, this is y'all hear how I talk about myself? Like, this is the level of talk that you have to have. I just jumped on here just to share some thoughts, because I was thinking out loud. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and put this on my podcast. But I'm so freaking proud of myself. Like, I failed at many things thus far. I look forward to failing forward, and I've learned so much. I've tried so many things. I'm like, dude, I've tried so many different things at 23 compared to people who are like 47. You know what I mean? And this isn't necessarily to be like in comparison or to say, somebody's better than. I know we live in such a sensitive culture, so I just want to be very clear, but seriously, like, you have to really look at the things that you've tried in your life. And I'm like, I'm so happy that I try things and I go at it naively, because I just want to know, how can I do it better, right? So I'm not really trying to sit here and figure out how to perfect it. I'm just ready to get in it, you know what I mean? Learn from it, fail forward, like, you know what I mean? And then literally do it better the next time, get better at it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here trying to perfect anything. I'm not sitting here waiting on anything. I don't have time for that. I just don't have time for that. Like, I'm hungry. Like, and I think it comes a point in your life, like, I'm telling you, I've been standing in my way for so freaking long. Like, if anybody can relate to that, man, like, you've been standing in your way for so long. You get to a point where you actually look at everything and you're like, really, from an objective perspective, you're like, dude, I literally am the only thing standing in the way. And it's like, so what are you going to do? You know what I mean? That's how you get unstuck. Get out of the way, get hungry, yes, have a sense of urgency. Like, I think that we have to, it's a thin balance between like nurturing ourselves and like, but I don't know. I think for me, people talk about, I think I talked about this in a previous podcast, but it's like, being online, it's motivating, man. It really is. Like, because it's possible. Yes, be patient. Yes, but it's like, man, you guys, it's like, I know what I know, and that, of course, that's all that I know, and of course, I know nothing, right, I get it, but it's like, use what you know to go forward in life. Like, don't just sit on wisdom and knowledge and understanding and all of these things and don't apply it. Like, that's the thing with today. There's so much information, but nobody's applying it. Like, I don't think that people, like, there is so much information available, but nobody is actually applying the information and doing the steps. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. So it's just like, I don't know. I think for me, I'm really at that space. And if you're there, you can totally relate. Like you're tired of the excuses. You're tired of the limitations and the reasons why. You know what I mean? Like, I really aspire to be somebody who makes no excuses. I've never liked the word no. Quite frankly, I've never liked the word no. I've never been one to really accept no. Like, anything that I've ever wanted, I've obtained that. I really did. And I think about the ways in which I did it, and you guys, it was nothing more than determination. And so I think that's another reason why I am so excited just moving forward in my life, because it's like the dreams, I don't know, man, like the dream got bigger. I guess maybe the dream got bigger, or maybe I got closer, or maybe I went through some things and then it just brought me closer, and now I have a greater understanding of like how to get, I don't know, like I don't even understand it. But man, like I really think that that's kind of like the space that I'm in. It's just like you really just get tired, and you're just like, okay, you know what I mean? Enough is enough. I got to make some changes. I got to go after this thing. I got to, because this is tiring, and it's like you have that sense of urgency to where it's like, okay, it's like a now or never type of thing. And even if it's just a couple steps today, even if it's just, you starting something, or you writing that paper, or you recording that podcast, or you, getting that sale, or posting that video, or whatever, it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a couple steps ahead. But I knew for me, I knew for myself, that was a step that I needed to take. And I never even realized, like, just up until like literally a couple seconds ago as I'm speaking, it was all to get me to this moment. Like, everything that I went through in my life, it was leading up into this moment. And man, when you can really step back and look at life from that way, and look at the things that happened to you, and the relationships that didn't work, the job opportunities, or just the opportunities in general that didn't go through, what? Like, you have a completely different sense of appreciation and gratitude for the journey, because it's just like, wow, you know what I mean? Look how freaking far I've came. And it was all to better me and to strengthen me and to help me get to this point. And so now you're here, and you're expecting to soar. Like, I'm ready to fly. You know what I mean? Yeah, you guys, get unstuck. Like, and honestly, I have to say this, because there are people who, they talk about this all the time, but there are people who will hear motivational content and then they'll do nothing with it. It's like an emotional release. They're amped up for the moment, but then there's no execution, right? It's because they're not freaking tired. You're not tired. Like, I'm telling you, when you get so tired of like the mediocrity or whatever it may be tiring to you. For me, it was the mediocrity. For me, it was just all the freaking naysayers, all the people with these goddamn opinions about my life, how I should be living it, what's possible for me, what I should be doing next, why I should have stayed in certain positions, why I should have, graduated from college. Why, like, when you reach that point where you're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I got to make some changes. I need to move around. So, because this is a dead end. Like, the season's up. You know what I mean? And I'm a woman of faith, and people are always praying to God. Like, dude, God is waiting on you. Okay, God, you sending them prayers up, and God is like, okay, I'm just waiting on you to take that chance so I can go ahead and, do what I do. But you still sitting here, and you need to be doing it, because this is a hunch. It's on your mind. That's all you think about, But let me tell you this. I think it was Albert Einstein who literally said, we are literally only limited by imagination. And actually, I'm actually going to quote verbatim, because I actually have the sticky note on my dresser. Let me see. Yeah, we are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. Ooh, that was good. Let me say it again so y'all can catch that. We are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. Let that sit with you. You know what I mean? If you don't think that you can if you move to wherever it is that you want to go, I don't even really care to talk cities, but if you think you're going to die when you get there, then you're probably going to die. If you think you're going to soar when you get there, then you're probably going to soar. And here's the thing. Who cares if you hit the ground? Like, can you just get out of the way? Like, can you just please get out of the way and stop being so freaking negative and just literally just expect great things? Shit happens. It's going to happen. Yes, it is. Like I don't understand it. Like, but who can, like, you say what? You're going to just stop? You're going to just let that, you know what I mean? You're going to just let that dictate this entire journey and the next move and the next move. Let me tell you something. When I left college, I don't remember the exact date, but it was when I first discovered Jim Rohn. You guys, I decided that I was going to be an optimist. And from that day forward, I kid you not, I have been an internal and an external optimist for the rest of my life. Now, I do think that happiness is definitely just like my overall disposition, whichever state it means that you're born with. I definitely think that that's totally one of mine. You know what I mean? I'm definitely I'm genuinely a naturally happy person, and I'm a positive person. But I know when I definitely made that decision, I was like, I'm going to just think positively. That changed my life forever. You know, anybody who knows me, I'm a total free spirit. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm reckless. It doesn't mean that I'm irresponsible. That doesn't mean that I'm lazy or just, you know, anything like that. But like, you guys, I really do. And now it's a habit that I've incorporated so long ago that it literally just becomes like, I always see the brighter side. But this isn't something that it's a skill, you guys. You can do this every day if you would just start looking for the light. I look for the light. To me personally, looking at all the things that could go wrong, looking at all of the negative aspects of just things in life and situations and even people, that's just a waste of time. And to me, that doesn't feel good. You know, that doesn't feel good. So I'm not going to waste my time sitting here thinking about all of the things that could go wrong. Let's think about the things that can go right. Doesn't that feel good? That makes you want to do it, right? That builds that momentum. That builds that courage. And that's what you need. So why not focus on that? Okay, yeah, things can go wrong inevitably, but okay. Things can go wrong. I mean, things have gone wrong. Have they not gone wrong? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you fulfilled? Like, what are you talking about? Things are going wrong right now while you're sitting there stuck. You don't think that things have gone wrong? Oh no, because you're comfortable with the chaos and the confusion. That's where you find you got a nice little bed up in there with comfort and chaos and stagnation and complacency. Okay? The Bible talks about being content. I get that. I really do. But I just think, you know, God wants us to be prosperous, man. Like, I don't think that, you know, being here and just kind of like, you know, doing the whole normal thing and but I mean, that's the thing too, you guys. Like, everybody doesn't want that, right? Everybody doesn't want that. But I'm speaking to those who do. Okay, I'm speaking to those who are tired of being tired and tired of being stuck. Okay, so get out of the way. Literally get out of the way and take a chance. What's like, we say, oh my God, what's the worst that can happen? And you can even say that. Like, what is the worst that can happen? Like, I don't think people realize that. Do you realize that your mind is so powerful? Like, if you say, okay, if I take this chance, then, and this doesn't work, then I have, you know, point B, right? Or the backup plan, quote unquote. Then that's what you're going to do. You do realize that that's what you're going to do. Or if you make up your mind and say, if I take this step and I'm actually not going back, your mind is going to be like, okay, cool. This is what we're doing. Cool. All right. Great. We're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? But it's like, you will never be able to get there and to generate those thoughts of just those substantial thoughts if you don't ever take a chance and get out of the way. I don't know, man. Like, I think you have to be tired of being freaking tired. Like, and, you know, that's the thing. Everybody wants to sit and complain, but nobody wants to just, I mean, come on. The path is already made. It really is, you guys. The path is, it's already, see, I gotta talk in my serious voice because I need y'all to hear me because, I don't know, the path is already made. Okay? Think about all the things that can go right. Doesn't that, like, don't you want to take a chance on that? Versus sitting here, because when you've been in this situation, you've been in this relationship, you've been in this you've been here for so long now, honey. The worst that it's already happened. Nothing's going to change. It's not getting any better, and you know that. And what's so beautiful is that when so many, like, you think that it's going to be something so scary, and maybe it will, but 9 times out of 10, man, you get to the other side, and it's like, oh my goodness. Why didn't I do this sooner, right? But don't develop that mentality. Just be happy that you jumped. But okay, I'm going to leave you guys with your thoughts.